Uh, Ben, go ahead.
Good morning, Chase.
Morning.
Well, what do you think about the notion of a signature victory and what that would mean for UCLA? I mean, obviously you're facing the number 11 team in the country in a nationally televised game whenever it's played. Uh, do you subscribe to that theory of a signature victory and what it could do for this program?
I think, shoot, especially coming off of a good win last week against Cal, that was exciting for everyone. Having that momentum and, being in the winning hand last week, obviously we want it again. And if we do pull it out this week and, it's going to be a battle, but that would be awesome. And I think it just helped this program immensely and get us going in a good direction, keep everyone confident and excited around here. So I think it would be really big.
You're familiar with Oregon, obviously. What do you think it'll be? How eerie will be to go to Autzen and empty? I mean, that place is known as kind of a madhouse. They're only going to have cutouts on Saturday. What do you think that experience might be like?
It'll be different for sure. And growing up, going to games, I was used to it being real loud there. And freshman year, we got to go there, and it was really loud. But our first two games, they had over the intercoms, the fake crowd white noise going. Hopefully we'll get that again. We'll be able to bring our own energy and vibe off of that.
Thank you.
Mike.
Hey, Chase. You had some key blocks. The tight ends had some key blocks. The offensive line moved the offense up the field. Can you just talk about how effective and efficient you guys were this week compared to last week? And are you guys going to play a little bit more tempo going forward?
Shoot, hopefully if we can push the tempo in any situation, that helps us, keeping the defense on their heels. But no, I think it was important, getting those big blocks, like you said, with the receivers and the tight ends. I think it's important to be able to spring our backs and to be able to get as many X plays as possible to help our percentages of, getting down the field and being able to score.
Rick.
Your team was night and day from the week before. What was it about your approach last week towards Cal, and have you continued that same energy this week in practice towards Oregon? But what was the biggest difference from 1 week to two?
I want to say getting the jitters out, because the second half of our first game, we started getting it together and playing well, and I believe we carried that into last week. So I think it really started last week's practice. We started practicing really well, and then I think we're carrying into that this week, and I think this week's been even better. And I'm excited now that the big work week's over. Now just really locking it in mentally, and these last few days getting ready. I'm excited.
What do you know about Oregon's defense? What is it going to take for your offense to have a duplicate effort against Oregon?
Just knowing that we don't have to be perfect, but we have to do our job. We have to be able to execute every play and be confident. And, they got a lot of talent, but we have a lot of talent too. So I think, if we play hard and we know what we're doing and we stay loose, that, we'll be able to produce.
Thanks, buddy. Good luck to you on Saturday.
I appreciate it.
Ben?
Just kind of piggybacking off of what I was asking earlier, did you kind of hear the sentiment going around that, maybe that victory over Cal came with an asterisk because they had that unusual situation of it being their opener and their D-line hadn't practiced? Do you hear that? And as a player, does that kind of rub you the wrong way and maybe take offense to that and want to show that that's not the case?
If I'm completely honest, I didn't know their D-line hadn't been practicing or anything. I just knew that we're their opener and that they were coming to us. Both teams had 40 hours to prepare or whatever, and then we just had to strap it up. But, regardless, a win's a win, and that's what we wanted going into the week. We thought it was going to be against Utah, but then it ended up being Cal, and, it's away now. We're on to Oregon for sure.
Thanks.
Mike, did you have another?
Chase, can you talk about Demarcus Felton and how he looks to continue to be a Swiss Army knife for you guys, running the ball and being a big part of the receiving game. What have you seen him improve on from last season? And, just what are your impressions of him in the first two games?
Yeah, no, from last season, it was his first year playing running back with us. He was in the receiver room before, but like you said, being the Swiss Army knife, he's done the receiver stuff, and I think he might even be running better routes now than he was as a receiver, which is crazy. But just all around, I think he's just a baller, and everyone can see it. So hopefully we can keep moving him around and keep moving everyone around, and showing different looks and keeping him going and getting him in the open field where he's best.
Rick.
You reminded me about the short period of time that you had to prepare. Do you think that might have helped you guys a little bit? You really didn't have to, just played. You didn't have to think a lot. You just played and executed the way you're supposed to. Do you think that might have helped?
Truthfully, I mean, because we only had 40 hours, a lot of the stuff ended up being overlapping from our Utah game plan. There was only a few new things we had to put in, so it wasn't like a full new week's worth of stuff in 2 days. It was just a few wrinkles. So I think it being that and the coaches keeping it pretty bread and butter from what we'd been doing definitely helped us. And because it was such a short amount of time, everyone knew it's like, I mean, we're not winging it, but we're winging it to an extent. We only got a little bit of time, and we just got to go and play hard.
Thanks, buddy.
All right. Anything else for Chase? All right. Thank you for your time, Chase.
All right, sweet. Thank you, guys.